So yeah, that happened. So just wanted to let you guys know what happened on that and what you should do to avoid something like that. So guys, from the video, I guess you guys understood what happened. I got into a crash, and if you look at the video carefully, someone decided to open up the car door and they didn't look. It was really a case of being at the wrong place at the wrong time for both of us. It happens. I will show you guys my injuries and all that. I do have photos, but I don't really want to give you guys a big headache with that. But what happened after the video, that's what I wanted to talk about. Now, first thing, well, I fell, and I fell with my hands down, so you can see there is damage to my hand, and that's the main damage, I guess, to my right hand, mainly the thumb area. What happened at the time was that if you saw the video, there was traffic going on, and when I fell, on my right side there was an auto rickshaw, and if you don't know what an auto rickshaw is, well, this is the auto rickshaw. Anyways, and this auto rickshaw, I mean, he didn't really have any idea what happened, but I landed on my hand, and my hand was like this, and auto was going through here, and the rear wheel of the auto went over my hand, and well, as you can probably guess, it was very painful, and well, I really thought some kind of bone damage would have occurred, but well, I was wearing my gloves, and this happened to my gloves. This thing really did protect me on that regard, so that does work. So wear your protection in any case while riding or in other situations. So that is very important. So you can see this was how I fell down. This is how everything happened. So first thing, my hand touched the ground and it rolled, and an auto rickshaw came over my hand, and well, there was a damage to the panel. This was torn down, so you can probably see that because of the friction heat and all that stuff happened. So yeah, this is what happens when you fall down from a motorcycle accident. Now granted, just from the fall this thing wouldn't have happened, but mainly because there was a vehicle behind me, this is the reason there was slightly more amount of damage. I'm really thankful that it wasn't really a bus or anything like that, because there are a lot of buses going on at the time. Really thankful that it was just an auto rickshaw. So yeah, damage report. Bike didn't really have a lot of damage, a few scratches here and there on the panels, but that's nothing to worry about. I did broke off my side mirror, so if you know, I do use a bar and rear view mirror, so it broke off on impact, so that did happen. Also, if you see the photo carefully, my left rear view mirror also lost this thing, which I use for a better visibility, so that thing was lost. That was pretty much it. Also, I did managed to get banged on the handlebar. Well, I was riding, and when the handlebar shook violently, I was thrown off the bike. Honestly, I was thrown off the bike. The right handlebar hit my chest, so there is a slight crush damage on my right chest also. A few crush damages, you can see this line. This is mainly because of the asphalt crushing under the asphalt, so this is basically rocks. You have that issue. Also, my left pinky got screwed in the meantime. So this happened, but what can you really do so that this doesn't happen? First and foremost is that, well, wear protection, wear your gear at any time, because this happened at a place where I normally consider, well, a really light commute. It was only a 7-minute away job. The reason I wore my gloves is because, well, I wear gloves every time. That's just something which I do. Also, I wore my jacket at the time because it was supposed to rain in the area, so it has a waterproof liner, so that works out really well. Also, I always wear my helmet. I do have 2 helmets, which is my older helmet. If you saw my unboxing video for my SMK helmet, I do have 2 helmets. The SMK helmet is the only one with chin mount camera gear. So I was thinking of making a motovlog at the time, so that is why I wore the SMK helmet, but I'm really sure that also did protect me. Fun fact about the helmet, I didn't have the chin strap on, and if you saw the crash incident, I was going at a speed of like 15 kilometers per hour, 15 to 16 kilometers per hour when the crash happened. The helmet flew out of my head, so that is all it takes for the helmet to not stay in its place. Wear your chin strap. That's one thing, again, which you need to understand whenever you're riding. Wear your chin strap, wear your protection, especially hand gloves, because hands are the first thing which makes contact with the floor. It will come under other vehicles, and well, this happened to the gloves. I can't really understand if this would have happened to my hand. I wouldn't really be here talking about it. I'm going to replace the gloves on my own, so that's just there. After you have had an accident, especially in something like a public road, you have been exposed to the grit and every known kind of bacteria which is available on the road. So what I did is, after that, go to a doctor, get a TT injection. If you don't know what TT is, it's for tetanus toxoid. I mean, you should be knowing about this. I got a TT injection. I did get a checkup on all the areas so that it doesn't really turn out to be something else. I knew that I didn't really have any broken bones because I know what it feels like. That wasn't the case. So I didn't have any broken bones. I was good, but I still got a checkup just to make sure and just to get everyone else to shut up about it. So yeah, that did happen. So yeah, get TT injection if you haven't had one in the recent time. So that's another thing. So again, my helmet did fly off from my head, and the only damage which happened was to the windshield. You can see there is a scratch here, and it did have this one. Now, if you had your helmet and this one struck down heavily, if your helmet has been in a heavy accident, replace your helmet. That is the best thing to do. I'm not going to do it with this one because realistically this only had a scratch damage. Most people will disagree with me, but I'm going to hang on to this one for some time again. That's another thing which you should be checking out. If your helmet has had a good blow to it, this might be time to replace that. So yeah, I guess that should be it. I just wanted to give you guys some information on what happened and well, what is going to happen in the future. If you get into a wreck, always check yourself first. Make sure that you are okay before your bike. Most people will go for your bike. I personally did also, but still, that is something which you should be doing. Check yourself. Check that all of you is okay. Rip out the gear, because gear is there to protect you. Don't lament about the gear, and make sure that you are all okay. I didn't have any issues with the bone injuries or anything like that, so I was okay. Then check your bike. Talk with the person who was in the accident. I mean, in this case, almost everyone does agree that the one who opened the door of the car, he was at fault because he didn't check out. And also, for that matter, if you look closely at the video, I also had my indicators on. Oh, that was the left indicator because I had to make a left turn soon. So that is why I was on the far left of the road. That did also happen. So yeah, that is probably it about the video then. Again, this is meant as an information for you guys that what you want to do. Always wear gear, because gear is there to protect you. It will protect you in most situations, and it should work out really well. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video or understood something about the video. If you did, please like, share and subscribe the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.